Here's hoping I can convince you my stories are worth reading based on the first line and very little else. Cheers. Hey Dragonlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. And today I thought it would be fun to do a video where I try to convince you that my stories are worth reading just based on the first line without giving much other information. If you're interested in following along on my author journey as I publish these, feel free to subscribe to my channel. So the idea behind this video is just that I basically just wanted to show off some of my work. As far as like the writing goes, I realized that first sentences sometimes are all you need to get hooked into a story. For me personally, it actually usually takes more than just a single line. But I thought it would be fun just to show you guys what the first lines of all these projects are. Not all of these are published. In fact, only a couple of them are. Most of these are unpublished works. However, those that are being showcased today are all stories that I have covers for. Those covers are not finalized if the work is unpublished, though. The only stories where the final cover will show on the screen are the stories that are published. So if it's not published, the cover may change. Of all of these stories that I'm going to be talking about today, at least the first draft of these stories have been written, if not further drafts or publication. Let's go ahead and hop into this because I feel like this would be a lot of fun. I'm going to be showcasing 16 different stories, only 4 of which are actually published, so take that as you will. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into this video and talk about these stories in first lines. The first story is Cowboys and Dragons, and the first line is "Another cow gone." This is an urban fantasy short story that is only available as ebook and is only available if you sign up for my newsletter. The second one is Damned and Desolate, and the first line is, "Eyes closed, the young woman sat cross-legged in the center of the Indian memorial." This is an urban fantasy novel, the first in a 4-book series, that is only available as ebook currently on Amazon KU. Eventually it will be available as paperback, but that's just how it is currently. Book 3 is Dear Satan, and the first line is, "Picking at the salad on her plate, Maud sighed for what felt like the millionth time." This is a paranormal romance novella. It is the first in a 5-book series, and it is currently only available as ebook on Amazon KU. Eventually it will be out in paperback as well. Book 4 is Puck's Choice, and the first line is, "Life was simpler as a fox," Puck thought as the smell of bacon wafted down the hall to where she frowned at her reflection in the mirror above the bathroom sink. This is a paranormal romance novel. It is the first in a 4-book series. It is currently only available as an ebook on Amazon KU, but the paperback is coming soon. Next, we have Presumed Dead, and the first line is, "With a huff of frustration, Keegan flicked a speck of imaginary dust from the steering wheel." This is a paranormal romance short story, the first in a 7-book series, that is coming in 2026. It will be available as an ebook in singular form. However, if you're wanting a paperback, it will be available with the rest of the series in a 7-story omnibus as both ebook and paperback. Next, we have Changeling, and the first line is, "Tyler!" This is an MM paranormal romance short story, and it is coming in 2026. Next, we have A Buck Short, and the first line is, "There was nothing more irritating than interconnected coven meetings." This is a paranormal romance short story or novella, and it is coming in 2026. Next, we have Monster's Treasure, and the first line is, "The dark side market buzzed with the noise of commerce and haggling." This is a paranormal romance short story, the first in a 7-book series, that will be coming in 2027. Just like Presumed Dead, it will be available as an ebook in its singular form, but if you want it in paperback, it will come out with the rest of the series in a 7-story omnibus as both ebook and paperback. Next, we have Warmly Wendigo, and the first line is, "There were strangers in the forest." This is a paranormal romance short story, the first in a 7-book series. It is coming in 2028. It will be available as an ebook by itself, or if you want paperback, it will be available in a 7-story omnibus as both ebook and paperback. Next, we have Paw Prints plus Broomsticks, and the first line is, 3 A's and a B. This is a paranormal romance novel or novella with a publication date to be determined. Next we have Just One Bite, and the first line is, "There'd been no warning about the intrusion. No doors creaking open or glass shattering from windows." This is a paranormal romance novel or novella. At the time, there is no publication date announced. Next, we have Growl, and the first line is, "Allen wrenches." This is a paranormal romance novel or novella, and it's going to have a publication date announced at a later time. Next, we have Heart of the Wolf, and the first line is, "Fire seared the air and growled at the two wolves fighting at the edge of the forest near Ripple Falls." This is a paranormal romance novel, and its publication date is to be announced. Next, we have Packless, and the first line is, "A baby's scream filled the air." This is an urban fantasy short story, the first in a 3-book series. The publication date is to be announced in the future, and like several of the other short story series in the past, is going to be sold as a singular ebook or as the 3-book collection omnibus as both ebook and paperback. Next we have Tangled Fate, and the first line is, "A quiet thrum filled the underground. Not unusual on a weekday, but on a Friday night it felt suspicious." This is an urban fantasy novel or novella, and its publication date is to be announced. Last, we have Spell Gone Wrong, and the first line is, "He might not ever get better." This is a fantasy romance novel, the first in a 3-book series, with a publication date to be announced in the future. So that's all I have for you guys today. It's a short and sweet video, very simple. I just wanted a chance to talk about all the books that I've got in the works, some published, most not, that I think you might be interested in. Anyways, if you've made it this far in the video, feel free to leave me an emoji of clinking glasses or cheers or anything of the similar sort. And my question for you today is, did any of these stories appeal to you? Are you interested in any of them? Just based on the first line and what little information I gave you about them. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you all in my next video. Bye, Dragonlings.